Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Warrior Code International. Next to me is one of my ancestors who pretty much looks who looks like me very much. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Warrior Code International. I'm at the Big Buddha in Thailand, in Phuket. I just climbed up here. A very exhausting climb it was. Actually, I was sick for a couple of days. I lost a little bit of weight, as you can probably see. But anyways, I'm back to training. I'm back to being healthy. And today's video is about Islam Makhachev and JDM. What is my opinion? Was my prediction on the fight? I'm gonna give you my breakdown. First, let's look at Islam Makhachev. Um, I was watching a podcast by Brandon Schaub, and Brandon Schaub was explaining that Makhachev is not really dangerous on the feet. But although I respect Brandon Schaub, I disagree with that statement. I believe that Islam Makhachev is actually a very technical striker. Obviously, he's a southpaw. He possesses a very beautiful right check hook. The right check hook, which actually knocked Charles Oliveira down in the fight which Makhachev won, and eventually because of which he became champion. He's got a beautiful right check hook. He's got a beautiful left straight punch. For example, when he fought against Poirier, there were a number of cases where Poirier would throw a shot and Makhachev would sleep and land that left straight. In addition to that, Makhachev is a very good kicker. If you look at the fight against Alexander Volkanovski, in the second fight, he was landing some beautiful inside low kicks, some beautiful mid kicks, and he was trying to keep Volkanovski distracted. He was trying to keep Volkanovski focused on the low kicks, on the mid kicks, and then all of a sudden in the second round he came with that high kick, which completely knocked out Alex Volkanovski. It knocked him out clean. So very beautiful kicks, beautiful distance management. You'll never see some Makhachev in a brawl. He's always keeping his distance, using his lead hand to measure the distance, and when necessary, he throws the left straight. For example, against Moicano, he was measuring the distance, measuring, and then left straight. As I already mentioned, the right hook which he landed against Oliveira, which knocked Oliveira down. So he does possess good hands. He never throws unnecessary shots. There are no wild shots being thrown, no crazy overhands. No, everything is composed. Everything is from the guard. So he's got a good guard, composed, a southpaw, relaxed on the feet, confident. Does not throw any unnecessary shots. And as I already mentioned, he's a good kicker. Then we've got his opponent. Obviously, he's facing Jack Della Maddalena, who is now the champion. Jack is a very technical boxer, probably the best boxer in the UFC. But not only the best boxer in the UFC, Jack Della Maddalena is also a very good kicker. If you look at his fight against Bilal Muhammad, he was throwing so many beautiful calf kicks, so many mid kicks, tip kicks. The tip kicks, the tip kicks which he lands are so sharp, they're like knives. He places them so well on the belly. They're like quick jabs. Basically, the UFC commentators, when he was fighting against Bilal Muhammad, they were explaining these tip kicks. They are so well placed, so powerful. They take so much oxygen out of your tank, out of your gas tank. So beautiful tip kicks, beautiful calf kicks, beautiful mid kicks, high kicks, and he mixes it up very well. He's a very good puncher and kicker, and he combines these two very well. He's confident at the further distance, so at the kickboxing range, but he's also confident at the boxing range, and he's also very confident in the pocket. There were cases where Bilal Muhammad was trying to take him down, and Jack would use that right elbow and left uppercut in the close distance, in the close range, and he was hurting Bilal very badly in those situations. So beautiful in the pocket, in the close distance, beautiful boxing and elbows, beautiful boxing in general, and beautiful kickboxing, because he's good also at the kickboxing range. If we look at his fight against Gilbert Burns, but also against Bilal, every time that they tried to take him down, he would get many. So against Gilbert Burns, he got taken down very often, very frequently. Basically, Gilbert Burns was taking him down at will, but Jack was standing up very quickly. He managed to get up very quickly, and that's also a skill in itself to because Gilbert Burns is a high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He was taking him down. Jack was scrambling up, getting up to his feet very quickly, and after that he was punishing Gilbert. He was using the knees, and it was actually a knee which knocked Gilbert Burns out. But my point is, even against Bilal Muhammad, Bilal attempted a number of takedowns, especially in the third, fourth, and fifth rounds. Jack stopped most of them, and the ones which actually worked out did not really work out because Jack managed to stand up very quickly. But also, when Bilal was trying to get close, Jack was hurting him badly with the elbows. So my point is that not only does Jack possess beautiful takedown defense, he's also very dangerous in that close distance, and he's gonna hurt you with the elbows and with the uppercuts, also with the hooks. And I believe the fight against Isam will be very competitive on the feet. I would give the advantage to Jack Della Maddalena. I believe he's the better boxer. He does possess more tools. Obviously, he's got a very good jab to the head, jab to the body, very good head movement. He can fight from both a southpaw and orthodox stance, so he's very dangerous from both of the stances. He does possess a lot of tools, a lot of weapons, very composed, very collected. But still, I believe that. I believe that he will be the better striker on the feet. It will be close, it will be competitive, but most of the exchanges will be won by Jack Della Maddalena. But Isam will be going forward and he will be trying to take him down. And Isam, as you've seen against Dustin Poirier and many other fights, he's a phenomenal grappler and wrestler. He manages to distract you on the feet and then he grabs your legs and takes you down. And when Isam wrestles, he doesn't simply go for the double leg. No, if the double leg doesn't work out, he goes for the single leg. If the single leg doesn't work out, he goes for the underhooks. If the underhooks don't work out, he goes back to the single leg. But he's always chain wrestling. He's always trying to complete the takedown, and that makes him very, very dangerous. He never stops. He's relentless. He's constantly trying to take you down. And what Isam does very, very well is he's very smooth with the takedowns. He works very well on the feet. He distracts you on the feet, goes to the legs. And I believe that on the feet, it will be competitive, as I already mentioned probably 3 times. Jack Della Maddalena will be winning most of the exchanges on the feet, but eventually Isam will go for the takedown. Jack will probably stop some of the takedowns. Isam will probably take him down a couple of times and Jack will probably stand up. But eventually there will be a moment where Isam Makhachev will take him down, keep him down, and eventually submit him. So I believe the fight will be close. The fight will be competitive. On the feet, it will be probably 60% of the time Jack Della Maddalena and 40% of the time Isam Makhachev. But once Isam Makhachev attempts a takedown, it might not work out. Maybe 5 times it's not gonna work out. Maybe 5 times it will work out, but Jack Della Maddalena will manage to stand up quickly. But eventually there will be one takedown where Isam will take him down, control him, and eventually submit him. So that's my prediction. I believe that both of them are very complete as fighters. I believe that they can both strike, they can both wrestle and grapple. Jack possesses phenomenal defensive grappling, but I still believe that Isam is the better grappler, so I give the advantage to Isam Makhachev. I believe that Isam will get the victory by submission. It won't be in the first, it won't be in the second, but from the 3rd round on, I believe that Isam will eventually get the submission. That's my prediction. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to follow Warrior Code International. I've only got 2 weeks to reach 1,000 subscribers, so I truly need your support. Follow the channel, subscribe, and sky is the limit for you, for me. Let's go. Oos.